Oh great, I can practice my English with a native speaker from South Africa. Hi, I'm Andrea.
How's it, Andrea? I'm Cassie.
I'm doing great, thanks. How about you?
I can't complain.
Did she say I can complain? I didn't quite get that. Could you say it again, please? If you can in any way relate to this experience, today's lesson was created just for you. When we hear someone speak, we already have an idea of how we think their English is supposed to sound. Today, we'll take a look at some of the main reasons you may struggle to understand certain native speakers and what you can do to improve this. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you that each week we create lessons like this to help learners like you get comfortable using English with confidence anywhere and anytime. So join our global community of over 300,000 learners now, just like Yogesh, who says that he's so glad that he's learning from us and that's why he's following us on every platform. Simply hit the subscribe button and bell down below so you never miss out on any of our new lessons. English is spoken by approximately 1.4 billion people around the world, and most of these are non-native speakers. Let's start with the question, what even is a native English speaker? Well, defining this is complicated, but usually a native English speaker is someone who speaks English from early childhood as their first language. Even English natives from one particular country find it hard to understand other English natives, let alone foreigners speaking English as a second language. In various countries, the accent of native English speakers might sound different to what you might hear in Hollywood movies or even your favorite YouTubers. For example, let's listen to Richard from Ghana, where English is the official language.
But how, with your family and things like this, is how many people there actually speak English in Ghana?
So pretty much everybody that went to school can speak English.
Do you learn English at school?
Yeah, you learn English. English is the main, is used in teaching in Ghana.
Okay. So all of your kind of school life, you were always learning in English?
Yeah, it was everything in English.
Okay, cool. And so when do you speak the what's it called in Gun?
Gun. Yeah.
Gun.
So I speak Gun with when I come home.
Okay.
At home it's we grew up with speaking Gun.
Okay.
Did you understand everything Richard said? Well, here's why you might have found it a little challenging. The native speaker is from a country where several languages are spoken. When a person lives in a country where there is more than one dominant language, it's common for them to use some of the rules or sounds of the other language when speaking English. For example, if they have trouble pronouncing some of the sounds, they may replace them with similar sounds that occur in their first language. So when you're listening to this person speak, you may have a difficult time understanding them because it sounds wrong or foreign compared to English speakers from countries where English is the only dominant language. If you'd like to practice listening to different accents, you'll definitely love our Real Life English app, where you can listen and talk with English speakers from all over the world at the touch of a button. The best part is that it's absolutely free, so just click up here or the link down in the description box below to download it now, or visit the Google Play or Apple App Store. You might be asking, but what about people from countries where English is the dominant language? Well, let's take a quick listen to the accents of a few of our Beyond Borders guests who are native speakers. See if you can guess where they're all from.
Where by exposing yourself to a much richer or diverse range of accents and English speakers, your opportunity to interact, engage with, connect with people all around the world is so much greater than by restricting yourself to just one, prioritizing one.
There's a sensibility there that I try to get people to cultivate, of knowing when you should select something to be like, oh, I'm ready to learn what this word is right now. So, in general, I'm trying to cultivate people to be more active and more autonomous in their learning, because we've cultivated this very, very passive culture of learning where it's like, teach me, tell me what I need to know. But that's not how it works. You got to grab it. You got to seize it.
I was just thinking also the flip side of that is, talking so much and not really realizing your mistakes. And people sometimes go that extra distance of not even appreciating their mistakes and therefore never really progress with it. So I feel like, there's definitely a balance between being self-aware, like we might be a bit shy, but we also probably learn from our mistakes.
If you put yourself in a vulnerable spot and you are resigned to the understanding that you will fail, you will fail. If you are resigned to that understanding, then you don't have to worry about sounding perfect. All you have to worry about is, did I try today? That's it. That's your only worry.
Did you guess them all correctly? But more importantly, were you able to understand all of them clearly? If you did, great. If not, the reasons could be the native speaker is from a region with a certain dialect. Certain native speakers are more difficult to understand simply because of where they live or the historical background of the region and what social groups they belong to. People who live in close contact often share a way of speaking or accent which will differ from the way groups in other places speak. For example, you may notice that someone has a Texas accent, particularly if you don't spend much time with people from that region. You notice it because it's different from the English accent that you're used to hearing. This third reason you might not understand a native speaker is the age and life experiences of the native speaker. Native English speakers sound different depending on factors such as their age and life experiences. For example, you might have noticed that older generations speak very differently compared with the younger people in terms of the pitch of their voice and the speed at which they speak. Also, the way someone sounds can also be influenced by whether or not that person travels a lot, the industry they work in, and whether they spend large amounts of time speaking to people from other countries. As you can see, there are many reasons why certain accents are harder to understand than others. Are you interested in learning more about different English accents around the world? Please let us know down in the comments and we might just create a lesson on it soon. Now, let's look at some of the things you can do to better understand different accents. Be open-minded. First, it's important to let go of the false belief that accents from the US and the UK are better than any other English accent. Embrace the fact that English is a global language and that people from various countries use it for work, study, or building relationships. Think about it like this: the more accents you become familiar with, the more opportunities and connections you will have in the future. Listen, watch, and listen again. This means watching and listening to as many different English accents as possible, especially the ones that are harder to understand. There are tons of free audio and video materials online. Try listening to short audio tracks or videos and focus on the rhythm and intonation of the speaker. You could also do this while watching films and series with diverse cast members who speak English with different accents. There are plenty of them, such as Lost, Slumdog Millionaire, Blood Diamond, Pitch Perfect. The more you do this, the better you will understand speakers with that accent. Be patient. Try to remind yourself that there's no need to rush your learning process. Don't feel embarrassed or impatient if you can't understand someone's accent. In fact, being impatient will only cause you to feel more frustrated. So if you're speaking with someone and you struggle to understand them, politely ask the speaker to slow down or repeat themselves. Or if you're in a meeting, write things down so that you can follow what is being said. Be patient with yourself as well as the other person. Trust me, it will get easier over time and you'll be amazed at how much more you'll be able to understand. So today we looked at 3 of the main reasons some native accents are harder to understand. We also shared 3 tips you can use to improve your understanding. Do you remember what they were? Well, here's a quick reminder. Why they're harder to understand. The native speaker is from a country where several languages are spoken. The native speaker is from a region with a certain dialect. The age and life experience of the native speaker. Tips: be open-minded, listen, watch, and listen again. Be patient. Thanks so much for joining our lesson today. If you enjoyed it as much as I did, please like and share this video with anyone who might benefit from learning English with us. But before you go, check out this next video.
What are the 3 countries that don't have a legal official language?
I don't know, man. I've got absolutely no idea.
Okay. The United States, I didn't know this. I guess
Doesn't
the
have an
United States
official language.
doesn't have an official language. Yeah. I guess it's for the sake of inclusiveness, right? And on a similar note, Australia doesn't have an official language, a legal official language. And then the last one I find very surprising as well, Mexico.